name's Ben, and I'm mainly going to do picture jokes. So I apologize if you don't like picture jokes, but it's my specialty. Anyway, so I'm not that into the hourglass body type. I don't know if you guys have heard of this body type. It looks something, like this, because I'm not really into time-dependent shapes. Like this shape will eventually turn into something like this. That's what happens in an hourglass. All the sand fucking goes to the bottom, you have a huge ass. Huge ass now. So like the person you married maybe 5 years down the road, huge ass. But I thought like maybe you could like turn it around or something. You could get it to like almost come back to that. But it doesn't work like that. And that's why I don't like it. Speaking of body types, actually totally unrelated. I have a problem staring at people. I think mainly because I'm really curious, and I'm also an engineer, and so I like to quantify things. And so I was wondering the other day, like, how long is too long to stare at someone you don't know? And I isolated 3 parameters of like what are the parameters of like length of stare. Like, what are the factors for that? So, the 3 length of stare factors are the size of the room, the number of people in the room, and the distance from that person. These are really important factors for me. So, we'll go into 3 scenarios. So, the first scenario, this is a normal-sized room, right? And you're kind of a normal distance from that person. There are only 2 people. Doesn't make any sense. You can stare at that person. Alright, so here's another scenario. We're talking about an elevator here, so normal amount of people, maybe your normal distance, but you're in an elevator. That person could see you. This is a small room. You can't do that. Here's the last scenario. This is a normal room, right? Normal amount of people. Look how close you are to that person. They're really confused, and it was also upside down. It doesn't matter. Alright, so another kind of awkward habit I have, not only do I stare at people, but I also really like cookies. I don't know how many of you like cookies, but I kind of isolated. There's a problem with cookie containers and kind of like the willpower constraint that each container puts on a person. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through 2 different container types. So this first container type, we've all seen it. You have rows of cookies, right? This first row of cookies, you want to eat those cookies. You just bought the fucking cookies. You still want the second row of cookies because you're feeling good about them. The third row, now you're getting a little scared. Like this is 75% of the cookies you're going to consume if you even dig into this third row. Maybe you worked out today, so you go for it. You go for but you do not go for the 4th row cookies. You're a fatty McFat for the 4th row of cookies. Like, you don't do that. But let's go to the different scenario. We've all seen this container of cookies, right? You definitely want to eat the first column of cookies because, you bought the fucking cookies. You still want to eat the cookies, but you're going to go to the end and then you know what you are. You don't feel good about yourself. Alright, so the next section is phrases I don't like, which is fun that Zach also has some phrases in. Sorry that yeah, you don't have to do this. Okay, so the first phrase that I don't like, many of you will be able to tell the phrase just by the picture, but it's nice guys finish last. I hate that phrase. I can't stand it. A lot of people say it, but the underlying assumption is that nice guys and assholes are on the same race. Which isn't fucking true at all. Look at this. This is what's really happening. So, the assholes, they finish first because look at how short that track is. It's going to a monster. And the nice guys, maybe a longer track, maybe it's up a mountain, but there's a palace. It's not a coincidence it looks like Aladdin's palace. Alright, second phrase that I don't like is free as a bird. Have you heard anyone say that? Oh yeah, we were just free as a bird. Birds aren't that free. In fact, they're less free than humans. Let me point it out in a couple ways. So, birds can't go into outer space as humans can with a shuttle. Look at the moon. This bird's dying. It's in space. Can't handle that. Scenario 1. Scenario 2. What about the deep sea, bitches? Birds can't do that. This bird's dead. It can't even get past flight 10 feet. That doesn't make any sense. And then last but not least, underlying assumption with free as a bird is that you can go anywhere you want, right? Birds can't even open a fucking door. They need help to open a door. They're in cages. The cages have a door. They can't even open that shit. They're not free at all. Shit. My last one. This isn't not a phrase. But I don't know if you've heard of the song. It's by a famous rap artist, but it goes something like, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. That's Jay-Z. What are your 99 problems? I can't even think of very many problems that Jay-Z has. He's a fucking baller. But I did come up with 5 potential problems that Jay-Z has. So it's top. Number 1 problem. He's probably worried about gender inequality. See, that shit's fucked up. I think about it all the time, but it really breaks me up. His second problem, he's lactose intolerant. He wants ice cream so bad. All the time. Global warming breaks him up inside. Can't handle it. Number 4, this is really he has some serious feelings about freaking sex. I know we all do, but Jay-Z, he has a lot. And then the last one, he has a lot of problems. But after he finished that last book, he wanted it to never end. Anyway, that's all.